What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X gameplay video for you guys today, and today we are gonna check ourselves out with some Dragon Age The Veilguard. Now, the Steam Deck, it played it, but we had to use the default settings of 720p, ultra performance FSR, and dynamic render resolution. And then we were still, in some spots, barely only able to stay above 30 FPS. So there could still be spots where we do drop under 30, like later on in the game. So I'm wondering how this guy will do. We'll probably have to use FSR the whole time. I don't think it'll be playable if I just do 1080p high, for example. So I think we'll do like 1080p high, but with FSR on quality, and then maybe we'll do 900p, still leave FSR on, and when we get to 720p, I might try turning FSR off and see if it can handle it, you know, just low settings and whatnot. But the Steam Deck couldn't, but this thing is a little bit more powerful than the Steam Deck, so maybe it can. And if all else fails, we'll just do what we did on the Steam Deck. We'll just do ultra performance FSR at 720p with dynamic render, and we'll just go, okay, let's see what we get. So let's not waste any more time, get it hooked up to that capture computer, and let's go get started.
So first we're going to try a base resolution of 1080p. Still going to use FSR, so it's not really going to be 1080p, nor is it probably going to be very playable, but I just want to see what it can do. This is just usually what I do with this thing. And there's obviously, you could go 1080p and then low settings if you wanted, but I still stand by why do that when you could just get more FPS at the same time and turn it down to 720p. Because I've noticed that stuff looks like, you know, more evident about how bad it looks the higher the resolution goes. Although on such a small screen, you still might not notice it, but that's why I just go with 720p anyway. It's not as noticeable. Anyway though, let's hop into the game and see what's what. Well, here we are in the game. And yeah, definitely does not look the greatest, thanks to the FSR. I mean, a lot of the graphics look okay, but you can still see that weird artifacting that FSR makes. Though I will say it's a lot more evident all blown up like this than it is on the small ass little Ally screen, so you probably wouldn't notice as much, but we're still not getting what I would call playable FPS, so I probably wouldn't want to play like this, but hey, I'm not everybody. Other people might see this and go, nope, this is good enough for me, I don't know what you're talking about.
Eric, hiding. Not the worst timing.
Nev, it's so good to see you. We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in the city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wanted to settle the score this time. Then the sky started raining demons. So I'm back on the job.
Appreciate it. Rook, this is Nev Gallus, our local expert. She's gonna help us find solace. Nev, meet Rook. Both of you have done some work for the Shadow Dragons.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Some old friends said if I was working in Tevinter, the Shadow Dragons are worth trusting.
We came prepared for a rescue. Looks like you were way ahead of us.
A rescue? You're sweet.
You said you had a lead?
Alright, well, since this isn't that stable FPS, I'm going to cut this a little short, and let's go ahead and move on. Now we'll drop it down to 900p, still going to use FSR, quality, so it's not really 900p, but I think this time we at least get playable-ish FPS, so that's at least nice. But we also put everything to medium. All I did was turn motion blur off, that's all I did. And didn't even bother trying ray tracing. I figured that was not going to go well no matter what. But I'll start trying that once we get to like the small form factor and the laptops and all that shit. But anyway, let's go hop back into the game. So now here we are in the game, and we're actually getting playable FPS now. Getting over 30 is what I consider playable on these little handhelds. And we don't have to make it look absolutely terrible. Obviously it doesn't look the best blown up like this, but I don't think it would look that bad, you know, on the screen itself. Just like 720p usually doesn't look that bad. So we'll just get ourselves a little bit of gameplay here, and then we'll move on to 720p. But since it's running pretty decent, we'll go get like 2 minutes and some change or something like that. No need to rush through it. I just hate when it's like unplayable FPS. It's just not cool, so I don't usually give it that much time. I'll usually do a minute or so and say, okay, that's good.
That's the building I tracked Solus.
Looks like the Venatori also found it, and then demons found them.
It's now time to do battle. Let's see if we can stay above 30 even during battle. I didn't really have time to check that out while I was fighting. And of course, just because we're staying stable here doesn't mean we would throughout the entirety of the game either.
Enchantment on the entrance. I can get it. Venatori. They must have tracked the magic to this building as well.
And then the demons found them.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch.
So this is the Dreadwolf's hideout.
One of them, at least. Not sure how long he's been here.
Some of this looks ancient.
Solus has been around longer than Manrathus itself.
Wow, when you're in confined spaces like caves, you get pretty decent FPS. This is exactly why I try not to just test purely in caves.
Broken chains. Solus is freeing slaves.
Solus hates slavery. One of the few things we actually agreed on.
Alright, so now we'll do 720p. Still using FSR. I just decided I was going to turn it off, but then I was like, nah, we need all the help we can get. And I turned it off and on really quick, and it did seem to actually help. So, if there is a CPU bottleneck, it's not so bad that, you know, it doesn't help. So, cool with me. Don't mind trying. Of course, it's not going to look very good all blown up like this, but hey, let's go hop back into the game. Well, now, here we go. Kill gameplay, and you can actually get 60 plus most of the time. But there are still times where we drop under, and I'm willing to bet once we get out of this confined area, would probably be more like in the 50s and 40s and whatnot
Well, that's
than 60 plus anymore. I think we're just getting 60 plus because we're in like caves. And this is exactly why I don't like testing in here, but I kind of just was going along with the story and got thrown in here. I think I'll try to be a little more careful in the future. If I see something that looks like a cave coming up, I'm just going to run around in circles if I have to. But whatever, at least we get little battles in and whatnot. Oh, that bastard. Stop trying to focus on me. Ooh, that was close. It might have still hit me. I thought I dodged it, but maybe not. Alright. Oh, I think I can get an extra heal out of this pot. Yeah, there we go. Let's just go up here. There's got to be a reason to go up here. Oh, there's a lever. Let me guess. I was supposed to go up here anyway, and I just saved myself an extra trip of going and checking a door that wouldn't have opened.
It sounds like that
Yep.
opened something.
Hell yeah. And see, sometimes just exploring helps you out with that, with things like that too, which is nice. All right, now we can go through this door. And yeah, obviously, FSR and everything all blown up does not do any favors for that artifacting I was telling you about. Like, if you look at her arrows and around her, it just does not look spectacular. Now, I think once we put it on the screen itself, I don't think we're going to really notice that much. And the game will still look alright. It's not going to win any graphics competitions, obviously, but it doesn't need to when you're on a small screen like that. And this has come from somebody with better than 20/20 vision, and I'm not nearsighted or farsighted, and I'm not colorblind in any way. I was blessed with pretty crazy vision, and hearing and smell, and like way more strength than I should have for my body.
They're elven and very old.
But then I was given the bad stick of social anxiety and Asperger's and all that shit, so it is what it is.
He must have gone through it.
Should I step through? Let's step through. I think we have enough time, because we might get to see what it's like outside of here, and I wanted to do that.
Well, we're not in Manrathus anymore.
I know these trees. This is Arlethan
Well, looks like we're in a
Forest.
forest now.
And there's your ritual.
Well, and look, see, we're dropping into the 50s now.
I've never seen anything like it.
Obviously not unplayable by any means, but we're not going to be able to get 60 everywhere, just like I thought.
Alright, let's get some camera recorded gameplay now. Yeah, we definitely don't get 60 plus out here.
And that's exactly why I left FSR on. I was like, well. Screw you, buddy. Alright, I guess those ones are done.
Demons were bad back in Mirathas.
The Fade's a mess this close to the ritual. No telling what could come through.
Does it feel like those tremors are getting worse?
Keep moving and try not to think about it.
Tremors every time one of those big crystals at the ritual site lights up.
Not many of them left to light. Might want to hurry.
Sure are.
After how many we'll get if Solus finishes his ritual.
I can probably lock on, but just gotta figure out how. Mini boss.
We have to stop this demon quickly.
Oh, you can teleport, eh? You got me anywhere.
Watch the lightning.
How the demon this large get through the veil?
It's a pride demon. That thing probably sets Solus's ego.
All right.
Everyone all right?
Good enough. Let's get to Solus.
take it from here.
Are you sure?
Positive. You three just keep the demons off me while I talk to him.
Varric, Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
It's a mistake. He's not gonna do it, but hey, you're free to do what you want.
Varric. We didn't come all this way just to talk to him.
He was my friend, Rook. I've got to try to reach him. But if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
More demons!
Rook, take care of the team for me. Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Alright though,
Let's buy
why
him
don't we go ahead and go wrap this video on up.
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Dragon Age The Veilguard on the Asus Ally X. And while it did not run very good at 1080p high, wasn't really expecting to, it seems like you'd get playable FPS if you just did 900p medium or 720p low. Although, seeing what I saw once we got out of the cave area, I don't know if 900p medium would cut it. That might drop you under, 30 FPS here and there. But 720p with quality FSR, you should be at least able to stay above 30. Can't stay above 60 like I was hoping for, but even though I was hoping for it, I knew it probably wasn't gonna happen. But I'm just glad it can actually give us playable FPS. Like I said on the Steam Deck video, a lot of the games that come out brand new, this thing, unless you put everything down to low and whatnot, it struggles to even get 25, 30 FPS. Basically, that's what I said on the Steam Deck. And this thing, it can happen too, but it generally does a little bit better at 720p and can usually give us at least a 30 FPS experience on most games that the Steam Deck falls flat on its face in. It's nice that both of them can give us playable FPS here. Although I'm willing to bet on the Steam Deck when we got to this area, it'd probably drop down like 28, 27 here and there. But that's why I always say what I say. Just because it gets playable FPS where I am and what I'm showing you doesn't mean it will through the entirety of the game. Because I don't have time to play through the entirety of the game on every device. I wish I did. That'd be great if I could snap my fingers, freeze time, and just do that. Although, if I could do that, I could probably do a lot more interesting things than just run a YouTube channel. But anyway, why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up so I can go get started on the next PC. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.